So I'm gonna show Trundle Jungle.
Time to troll!
I am gonna run my normal Trundle page, which I've been lately just doing for all the jungle. And the rune pages you can, because Trundle has a pretty healthy clear, you could, and his kit allows him to go offensive. You could go into favor, really, or you could go strength. I like the free health. You could go bond to stone or grasp. Like, he has a lot of flexibility. I'm gonna stick with a standard, a fairly standard page here. Yeah, except for I like the spell, lifesteal and spell vamp on him. So that's my preference. I like playing him pretty tanky, especially because he typically is going to build into Cinder Hulk and or Warrior. He's a decent Warrior pick, so he could go Warrior Triforce or Warrior Tank, then eventually pick up a Triforce. He could also go Cinder Hulk, Titanic, and skip out the Triforce. He could go Blue Smite, Red Smite, or Warding Smite, so he has a lot of flexibility. When I've top lane Trundle, I've been able to solo red buff by taking the two camps. First, so let's. I don't really want to do it here. Chomp is gonna be your go-to. I'm gonna go Machete. This gives me that lifesteal, so I have 10% lifesteal rather than the bonus mana regen. He's not super mana reliant, but he's a little bit. I like building Iceborne Gauntlet on almost any Trundle. Top lane, mid lane, jungle, whatever. This is really what helps him. Because especially if he goes into gank, he can really help that.
Yeah, because they flanked us so many times.
And it does help his clear, especially killing the little minions first. I don't like going red first, but I'm going to try for this scenario go golems and then go red. I want to see if I can do a level 2 red or not, because this guy has a really nice clear, because it steals the AD, and then at add 20 AD, he almost gets 10 health per with his with the lifesteal, plus bonus damage on hits. So that's also why we're running attack speed. Typically, anytime you're running a jungler, you want attack speed reds. You could go pure attack damage or something kind of differently, but you typically are going to go for something like that. So I'm going to go golems red and see how healthy I am. If I'm healthy enough, I'll go scuttle. If not, I will so this was this really, like, it looks a little weird, but killing that golem gives me that health, and it really helps my damage reduction. I'm gonna go Frozen Domain. I'm gonna pop a potion here. Yeah, you can do you can solo red buff as a lane Trundle quite nicely at level 1 with even if you start Corruption Potion, you could do it Doran's Blade Potion, but then you'll kind of be down a potion. I'm gonna go to the jungle here. Because I have the golem buff, scuttles are really easy to take. And I'm looking to back at when I can buy my things, so 650, maybe 950 if I. Oh, this J4 is good. Damn. Oh, I messed up. So pretty much you can just auto attack everything. Like, Trundle's not super complex, it's just showing the kill the early guys. That wasn't gonna kill him. I'm gonna level up my chomp again. I can probably kill these wolves, and then take blue. I try to chomp early because, and then I'm moving over here because it gets me that much closer to my blue buff. It's quite a big heal, 2%. I'm not early smite just so I have enough to spell. It could have been smoother, but here it's a bit of a slow because I went to do that scuttle, but here I'm going to be backing with 950. And at this early, if it's solo queue, you might be having issues with kind of doing something this early. But I'm at 950, so that means I have a bonus smite or something. But I see Mundo's really low, so I'm like, I want to try to kill him. The Q kind of has a micro slow in it, because if you're in range, you kind of do that. Since I saw that this invisible jungler doesn't have it. Oh, I stunned him. Crap. Attack speed on it is really nice. Just sort of like with the cocoon, your pillar is going to just be level 4 and then kind of let it go. I like Stalker Blade. You could, if you're in a competitive game, go there. I'm going to go health, and I'm going to buy a pink ward and actually upgrade here. Pink ward just to give your team vision. Level 6 Trundle ganks are huge because of the taking them out. But I'm going to try to kind of show why Trundle ganks are really strong, and it's because of that pillar. Movement speed and pillar. Karthus, oh, we have a Karthus, okay. Karthus stole that kill. I'm going to ward pink for our bot lane. Notice I'm going to come in hard. Oh, I messed up there. Okay. I guess I stopped I stopped moving there. But a pillar near the wall like that really helps make them go really inefficient. Because I have blue buff, or I had blue buff, I could do this. I'm gonna go for this guy. Yes, I'm level 5, he's level 6. There's a lot of creeps dying, so that's where I feel like alright, this is because this guy's bad. Auto and Q. Q resets your auto. Let me pull this out more. You can pull them out quite a bit actually. Here, now I have my vision. Remember, this is all done without any leashing. So you would actually be a little healthier leashing and a little bit faster leashing. So it's nice, but I'm going to go here. I don't have my smite. I'd love smite on this guy. But I'm really looking for that Cinder Hulk. Which I know this guy gives a bunch of gold. Alright, and now I have Cinder Hulk, so I'm just making sure. Now I have Cinder Hulk, I can go back. If I was a little healthier on mana, I would stay around. Now that I have Cinder Hulk, now I'm going to go into Titanic Hydra. That just helps my clear because of the splash damage. If I went Warrior, Warrior would be really good early game because it gives him way more like damage than anyone expects. But then you have to go right into tank. Cinderhulk, you go Titanic, which is that kind of tank first, and then that tanky DPS. Here I'm gonna go red. It should. Oh yeah, I forgot. Cinderhulk doesn't actually kill him. Or doesn't kill big minions or something. His mana costs are quite nice. Keep maxing that Q, then you're gonna max usually Frozen Domain, unless you're using a lot of gank. That's Pillar of Ice. I'm gonna just kind of use it here. Karthus could have got that. Either way, I would have been able to move in and out of that Jarvan stun. So his ganks take a little bit of setup. I have my E in 8 seconds. I'm going to go around, pick this guy off. And when I steal his stats, I'm not worried about me dying under turret or anything. I get a 4-second heal. Here, this is a nice thing to do if you kill their top laners, take that last wave, because then that automatically makes your wave push into that tower. Then I go into Hydra. Typically, I'm going to go Hydra first, because this fist is super inefficient. So you get 50 max health, bonus stacks up to 30 times. It's not worth it for 1200 gold. Like, you could just buy 2 of those, and that's what this is doing. So that's why in this part the Tiamat's a lot more valuable. And it helps just the global clear, or the wave clear. Yeah, and if you have to hold a lane or something. I'm gonna kind of do one more clear with this Cinderhulk Tiamat. So I'm gonna auto Q, and there I could have swapped to the big one right afterwards. Okay. So here, get that movement speed, auto. I missed my Q there. I should have just hit the big guy. Alright, it's about 20 seconds there. Maybe a little bit more, maybe like 25. I'm gonna actually walk through here. Because then I'm already up here. So I started about here. I'm gonna go Grout first, because that's a lot nicer to take. Here, they can see my terrain, so if I push it back a smudge. There, and it took me about a minute to clear the rest of the whole jungle. Except for red buff, but red buff wouldn't have done much. Here I'm gonna, if they were still chasing, that would have been a really good pillar. Here I'm just gonna say screw you. There, I overkilled it there. So that's sort of Trundle jungle. His clears are really nice. He does take a bit to snowball, so if they do have someone like Shaco or something that, but typically you're not going to see a Shaco in competitive, and you're not seeing much in solo queue either. There, that's because this is a weak wave or weak jungle camp. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna stick around here. All right, nothing's happening. And I don't think I can do it, but he can almost do this by himself. If I had a little bit more lifesteal or something. believe it's 1900 for Titanic. Oh no, 2300. Shit. Alright, I miscalculated that. And now I can just go down the jungle, because I was top side for a gank, I was mid side for a gank, and that takes me probably 45 seconds or so.
I like how my turret doesn't focus anything anymore.
Alright. And here, and then I could keep ganking there. So that's pretty much Trundle jungle. He's really good clear, pretty nice clear speed. Not early game, it's a little slower, but once he gets items rolling, it's a huge kind of snowball effect. Biggest problem with a good Trundle and a bad Trundle is the pillars, and landing critical pillars.